Hello, Miss Kim.
Afternoon, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm good today. How about you?
Yeah, I'm quite good. I got to sleep. I got to take a little nap before our class, so I'm feeling quite fine today.
How about your IC? The ID or IC we call it.
Oh, the ID. Yeah, the ID. I got it back. Thank you.
Okay, congrats.
I mean, I mean, yeah, the local government staff called my parents on what day? On Saturday, yeah, on Saturday. Like on Friday, I told you that they lost it, right?
Yeah.
And on Saturday, they phoned back and they were like, "Oh, we found your ID card. Please come and get it." And I was like, "Oh my God, that was so safe."
Yeah. Okay, it's
Like,
good.
yeah, thank God they found it, or else I'm going to be very, very upset.
Oh.
Right. Okay. So I just talked to, yeah, I just talked to the staff from Pantado and they agreed that we can study 5 days in a week now. I guess that will make the lessons faster.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
So last time we finished gadget, right? We finished the lesson gadget. Have you seen the score of the test I sent in the group chat?
Oh, did you send something?
Yeah, I think you were busy. You didn't read all the text in the group. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. What
It's
is
okay.
it?
I updated something in our group chat only. Is that your videos and your test result? Yeah, you
Oh,
got.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's important for me, so I don't.
I didn't think that was important to you. You broke my heart.
Oh, why? I said I just want to learn something.
Now you,
So
you
the
didn't care, like you didn't care about the test, right?
yeah.
I see, right? You didn't care about the test. Well, that is some, how do I say, you're very confident. You're very confident, I see. And yeah, the test results so show that you were very confident. You got a very high score. Right,
Oh, thank you.
right. So today we will be learning day 29 opinions. Well, we still have one more lesson before we get a test. So after tomorrow, we can do the test on Wednesday if you want.
Okay, teacher. Okay.
But there is a review test, I mean review lesson before Wednesday. So do you want to study the review and then do the test on Thursday, or do you want to do the test on Wednesday?
I
As
think
soon,
the test on Wednesday is good.
okay, you want to finish as soon as possible. I agree. Okay, so I will send you the review file before. Yeah. Okay, and then you can do the review at home.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Right, Miss Kim.
Yeah.
Today we will be learning about day 29 opinion. So in this lesson, you learn a lot of phrases that you can use to give your own opinion, right? Okay, so that is the objective of today. And after today's lesson, you can share with me your opinions about different issues về nhiều vấn đề khác nhau.
Okay.
Right. Here are some common phrases. Here are some common phrases you can use to express your opinion. Right. The first one, very, very popular. In my opinion. Right. Cái này rất hay xài luôn. In my opinion. Right. Next, the way I see it. The way I see it. Right. Have you seen this before?
Mm, not really.
Right. The way I see it is like theo như tôi thấy thì. Right. Theo như tôi thấy thì. Do you want to write it down or it's okay?
And yeah, it's okay. I think I will get this from the PDF you
Uh,
sent to me.
okay, right. Okay, so this is the way I see it là theo như tôi thấy thì. Right.
Yeah.
Next phrase. If you want my honest opinion. Nếu như mà chị muốn có ý kiến thật lòng từ em thì nếu như bạn muốn ý kiến thật lòng từ tôi thì right. According to. You also use this a lot. According to là theo như. But remember, you cannot use according to accompany with your own idea or your own comment. Mình không thể sử dụng according to đi với ý kiến cá nhân được, mà phải according to là những ý kiến đã được ghi nhận từ trước đó của người khác.
Okay.
Rồi. As far as I'm concerned, This is very advanced language for you here. Đây là một cái cụm rất là có nghĩa là hơi nâng cao một chút xíu đó. As far as I'm concerned, this can be used in both spoken and written language.
I
Right.
think I will write.
Yeah, this
them
one. You write down them all. Yeah, you just need to write the phrases that you are not familiar with. Mình nên chỉ viết những cái mà mình không quen thuộc thôi chị ơi.
Yep.
Right. As far as I'm concerned, theo như tôi được biết thì but if you ask me, nếu bạn hỏi ý kiến tôi thì okay. Right. We're good?
Yep.
Right. You just learned how to give your own opinion, and now you need to ask for the other's opinion as well. Mình đã chia sẻ ý kiến của mình rồi thì bây giờ mình cũng phải hỏi ý kiến của người khác nữa. Rồi, có những câu hỏi ý kiến như sau. What's your idea or what's your comment on this? Không, em có thể nói là what's your thought? Rồi, nó sẽ bằng với what's your comment on this? Right, some other phrases you might need to know. Yeah, what's your thought? Rồi, what's your idea? Ý kiến của bạn là gì? What's your thought? Rồi, cái suy nghĩ của bạn là gì? Và bạn có nhận xét gì về vấn đề này? Right, ok này nó có sẵn ở dưới luôn gì nhỉ? What are your thoughts on all of this? What are your thoughts on all of this? Nó gần tương đương với cái em vừa ghi phía trên rồi, mình cũng không cần ghi cái what's your thought làm gì nữa. How do you feel about that? Bạn cảm thấy như thế nào về vấn đề này? Đây cũng là một câu hỏi xin ý kiến. Rồi, do you have anything to say about this? Rồi cái này hay này chị nè. Mình có muốn nói điều gì về vấn đề này không? Do you have anything to say about this? Rồi, hai cái câu tiếp theo thì nó quá đơn giản, đó là what do you think và do you agree. Hai câu này quá đơn giản. Câu cuối cùng, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say?
Wouldn't you say?
That's right, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say nó giống như kiểu là đúng không với chị Hiền? Đúng không với chị Trinh? Ý là sao ta? Từ để em kiếm một cái ví dụ. Tức là người ta sẽ mở đầu bằng cái câu wouldn't you say, sau đó là thêm một cái ý kiến vào, cái ý kiến quan điểm của người ta vào, rồi sau đó là kết thúc, ví dụ như là wouldn't you say technology is bad for human? Em sẽ lấy ví dụ như sau ha. Wouldn't you say technology is bad for human? Wouldn't you say technology is bad for human? Khi mà em sử dụng câu này thì em đang muốn xin chị ý kiến về cái nhận định là technology là không tốt cho con người. Hoặc là em có thể đổi ngược lại là technology is bad for human. Wouldn't you say? Em có thể chia ra là em đổi ngược được. Rồi wouldn't you say technology is bad for human? Cái cách hỏi này nó phù hợp với văn nói hơn. This way of asking is more suitable for spoken language. Right. Okay, we're done?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Right. Rồi mình đã có cái cách hỏi ý kiến, cách đưa ra ý kiến. Vậy thì mình cũng sẽ phải có những cái cụm câu mà mình dùng để tán thành, đồng ý với ý kiến của người khác nữa khi người ta đã đưa ra ý kiến của họ rồi, đúng không ạ? Rồi, cái đơn giản nhất đó là I agree with you. Tôi đồng ý với bạn. Đó là cái đơn giản nhất. Còn thêm cái 100% đó thì nhấn mạnh thêm là tôi hoàn toàn đồng ý 100%. Được chưa? Rồi, ok. Cái câu thứ hai nó rất là hay xài trong văn viết và văn nói này chị nè. I couldn't agree with you more. Rồi không thể đồng ý hơn được nữa. Tức là đã đồng ý 100% rồi thì không thể nào mà đồng ý khoảng 110% được nữa. I couldn't agree with you more. Rồi. Rồi. Vậy thì khi mà gặp cái câu này mình đừng có dịch là tôi không thể đồng ý hơn nữa, mà mình nên dịch ngược nó một chút xíu là tôi đồng ý, tôi hoàn toàn đồng ý nha chị nha. Okay, that sounds better. Rồi, tiếp theo, that's so true and that's for sure. That's so true, that's for sure. Rồi, that's so true, that's for sure thì thực ra chỉ là cái câu mình chêm vào thay cho cái lời nhận xét là đồng ý của mình thôi. Đúng không ạ? Thay vì mình nói là I agree thì mình có thể nói là oh, that's so true, cũng tỏ ra một chút gì đó gọi là mình đồng ý với ý kiến của người ta rồi. Đây, câu tiếp theo sử dụng trạng từ absolutely, có nghĩa là hoàn toàn. You're absolutely right hoặc là absolutely thôi. Rồi, ví dụ như chị nói là I think that technology is bad for human. Chị nói câu đó xong thì em sẽ bảo là you're absolutely right, bạn hoàn toàn đúng rồi đó. Rồi, hoặc là em chỉ nói đơn giản thôi, oh, absolutely, chắc chắn rồi. Tiếp đó là exactly, rồi exactly how I feel, hoặc là mình có thể kết thúc cuộc luận bằng một chữ exactly thôi cũng được. Rồi, cái cách exactly này, cái cách exactly và cả absolutely này chỉ phù hợp trong văn nói thôi nhé chị nhé. Nếu mà sử dụng trong văn viết thì không thể nào mà chấm câu ngay đây được. Right, that's exactly how I feel. Rồi, chính xác là như vậy, tôi cũng cảm thấy chính xác như vậy. Rồi, và cái câu tiếp theo rất ít khi gặp nhưng mà nó cũng là một cái câu rất hay. I have to side with you, with she. I have to side with you, with her, with him, with them on this one. Rồi, tôi phải đứng về phía ai đó về vấn đề này. Nhưng về vấn đề này tôi xin phép được đứng về phía ai đó. Right. For example, we're discussing about a problem and our group has 4 or 5 people. Right. So when we discuss about the problem of technology and there are two ideas that go against each other, có hai cái luồng ý kiến trái chiều nhau, thì em sẽ bảo là oh, I have to side with A on this one. Em sẽ phải đồng ý với bạn A về vấn đề này chứ không phải đồng ý với ý kiến của bạn B, bởi vì hai ý kiến bạn này đang trái ngược nhau và có một cái em không đồng tình.
Okay.
Rồi, tiếp no doubt about it. Cái chữ này mình đọc là doubt, không phải là doubt. Chứ chị nhá, doubt thôi. Âm B become doubt.
Doubt.
Đúng rồi, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
That's right, no doubt about it. Không còn nghi ngờ gì nữa. That means you absolutely believe what people say is true.
Yes.
Ok. Rồi, mình có thắc mắc gì về cái cụm nào không nhỉ chị nhỉ?
No, teacher.
No, thank you. Right, ok. Disagree, giờ mình đến cái phần mà dễ gây tranh cãi nhất, đó là khi mà nói ra những cái cụm câu mình tỏ ý là không tán thành với ý kiến của ai đó. Rồi, câu này mình rất hay gặp, I don't think so. Rồi, tôi không nghĩ như vậy, một câu cực kỳ lịch sự, cực kỳ lịch sự. Rồi, no way, không đời nào. No way, không đời nào. Câu này thì chỉ nên xài với các những người của như mình có mối quan hệ của như là thân thiết hoặc ngang hàng. Nếu như mình sử dụng với cấp trên thì sẽ không phù hợp. You cannot use no way to talk to your boss or someone who is higher position than you.
Yep.
Right, next one. I'm afraid I disagree. Tôi e là tôi phải tôi e là tôi phải không tán thành với cậu. Rồi, tôi e là tôi không có cùng ý kiến với cậu. I am afraid that I disagree. Rồi, and I totally disagree. Cái I'm afraid I disagree này nó đang lịch sự rất là tử tế, còn I totally disagree nó cực kỳ mạnh mẽ luôn chị. Tức là khi mà mình hoàn toàn 100% không đồng ý với cái nào đó, hãy sử dụng câu I totally disagree. Rồi, I beg to differ. Câu này mình ít gặp nhưng mà trong văn nói và văn viết mình vẫn hay thấy I beg to differ. Rồi, giống như là tôi xin có ý kiến khác đó, tôi xin phép có ý kiến khác. Rồi, differ ở đây là động từ của chữ different đó chị, động từ của chữ different để nói là mình xin phép được có một ý kiến khác, nêu một ý kiến khác, hoặc là xin phép làm rõ vấn đề. Rồi, I beg to differ, câu này mình nên nhớ tại vì nó rất là hay. Rồi, next, I'd say the exact opposite. I'd say the exact opposite. Rồi mình có chữ exact opposite là điều đối lập hoàn toàn, đúng không ạ? Vậy thì mình sẽ nói là I would say, tức là tôi có ý kiến đối lập hoàn toàn. Hoặc là tôi nghĩ là nó hoàn toàn ngược lại. Rồi, tôi nghĩ nó hoàn toàn ngược lại. I'd say the exact opposite. Rồi, cái câu tiếp theo là một cái câu mà mình hay sử dụng trong tiếng Việt luôn á. Trong tiếng Việt ví dụ như là người ta hỏi là mình có đồng ý với quan điểm này không, mà mình kiểu phân vân 50-50 mà kiểu như là hơi nghiêng về cái ý kiến không đồng ý một chút xíu á, thì mình sẽ hay nói là chữ không hẳn, đúng không nhỉ chị nhỉ? Thì không hẳn nó chính là not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
That's right, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Không hẳn, không hẳn. Rồi, tiếp theo, that's not always true. Rồi mình đọc, mình hiểu câu này thì mình cũng biết nó nói gì rồi ha. That's not always true. Điều này không phải hoàn toàn chính xác. Điều này không hoàn toàn chính xác. That's not always true. Rồi, câu đó nó đang bằng với câu tiếp theo luôn nè chị nhỉ. That's not always the case. Điều này không hoàn toàn đúng. Rồi, và câu cuối cùng, cách trả lời khá là nói chung là khá là cơ bản một chút xíu, đó là no, I'm not sure about that. Không, tôi không chắc về điều đó lắm. Cái này là level thấp, hơi cơ bản một chút xíu. Còn mấy cái ở trên là những cái mà mình chỉ gặp trong hội thoại hàng ngày hoặc là trong văn viết thôi. Được chưa? Rồi mình có thắc mắc gì về những cái câu này không nhỉ? No. Ok. Right, so now we do some exercises here. We do some exercises here. Right. Match the topics on the left with the opinions on the right. Rồi mình sẽ nối cái chủ đề ở phía bên trái với cái ý kiến có thể liên quan đến chủ đề đó cột bên phải nha chị nha. Ví dụ như là ta đã làm cho mình rồi. Smoking là chủ đề. Vậy đáp án C sẽ là ý kiến. It's bad for your health and the health of everyone around you. Đó, đó là ví dụ. Right. Religions. Do you know the word religions?
Yes.
Okay, so what should be the opinions for religions?
I'm trying to understand the mission. Pride in the country. Teaching create greater understanding between people. Religion, I think D.
Okay, let's see. You chose D and it's the correct answer. They are teaching. Rồi mình để ý ở đây là religion này nó sẽ có dấu S đúng không ạ? Chữ S đúng không ạ? Là số nhiều. Vậy thì they đây là của họ, là chắc chắn là của số nhiều rồi, phải của một tên từ số nhiều đúng không ạ? Rồi vậy thì những cái bài giảng đạo đức của họ, là những cái bài giảng đạo đức của các tôn giáo thì sao? Gọi như xây dựng nên cái sự hiểu biết, gọi như sự hiểu biết cao hơn, cao cấp hơn giữa người với người, gọi là sự hiểu biết sâu xa hơn, gọi là greater, cao cấp nghe ghê quá. Rồi tức là những cái bài giảng đạo đức của tôn giáo thì xây dựng nên cái sự hiểu biết sâu xa hơn giữa người với người. Okay, so this is what religion is about. Okay, so what should be the opinions for household pets?
I think it's B.
It's B. They are dirty, annoying, and should be banned from apartment buildings. Right. This is a very negative comment, a very negative opinion. And I think that is not your opinion, right? Okay, because you said you wanted a dog. I remember that.
Yeah.
Right. And finally, the Olympic Games. What should be the opinions for this?
It's A.
That's right. They are a great way for people to develop pride in their country. Một cách rất là hữu hiệu để cho mọi người cùng nâng cao cái lòng tự tôn về dân tộc của mình. Right. Okay. A. Very good. Now, do you need to explain anything else? No, it's quite easy for you. Right. Okay, so now it is your turn to give opinions about each picture. Right. Children bullying. So what is your opinion about this?
I think it's helpful.
It's helpful?
For children play together and learn something together by bullying. I think so.
Okay, so this is the first time I've ever heard someone saying that it's helpful for children to learn by bullying. Okay, so what do you think bullying is?
Oh, back neck, right?
Okay, that's right. Okay. Oh, you think it's helpful for children to play together and learn something by together by bullying?
Yep.
Uh,
I think I have a problem with my childhood, so so
okay.
I feel
Oh, okay. So have you ever been bullied by anyone?
many times.
Oh, many times, and now you're thinking very positively about bullying.
Yeah,
Okay, so what have you learned from being bullied by some of your friends?
like how to say, because I was too girly, and some of the girl in the school don't like my style and my hairstyle, like the way I dress up. They just don't like. They feel I'm too girly, and they just stop me from the gate of the
Uh,
school, and they say, "Why you dress up like this? Why you tie your hair like this?" Then yeah, that's the way I adjust myself, and I know that, oh, I cannot be too different from them. I must be,
uh,
yeah, no, like, don't too much. And for many things, like I always react like very, I always react too much on something, and I know that chance for me to adjust myself to be normal.
okay, right. So you mean that you should not stand out too much, không nên quá nổi bật. Too much là
Yeah.
quá, stand out là nổi bật. Oh, you should not stand out too much. Um, okay, wow, this is the first time I've heard an opinion like this. I totally understand your feeling. Right. It's good that you're looking at bullying in a different view than everyone. I think it's special. For me, I view bullying the same as everyone else in the way that is the same as everyone else because for me bullying is not good because I've been bullied before. Yeah, everybody has been bullied at least once. I mean, you know that when you were young, you had to become the teacher's pet, right? There would be a time where you would become the teacher's pet.
Teacher pets, what's it
The
mean?
teacher's pet, meaning that you are the class monitor, là lớp trưởng, là thú cưng của thầy cô. Right, so you have to follow the teacher. You have to
Yeah.
follow the order of the teacher. You have to do what the teacher said. And yes, so that was me. I was the teacher's pet. That's what they called me. And
Yeah.
they hated me for that. So they tried to separate me with everyone else in the class. Yeah, they would try to isolate me, cô lập.
Oh,
And they tried to isolate me. And yeah, they succeeded. So then from then on, I had a very negative opinion towards bullying. Like I didn't try to be normal. Well, yes, I tried to be normal when I grew up a little longer. Like when I was in high school, I tried to be normal. But when I was in secondary school, when I was appointed as the class monitor, the teacher's pet, I didn't try to be normal because I view that I thought that being a teacher's pet is my duty, right? I had to obey the teacher, so I tried not to be normal.
yes, I know.
Okay, you know that feeling, right? Okay, so this is very special. Hey, can you say it again? What do you think about children bullying?
I think it's helpful.
For children, sorry, I think it's helpful for children. One more time.
I think it's helpful for children to play together and learn something together by being bullying or by bullying.
If you mean by bullying, is that you go bully the others, but being bullied is like the others bully you.
So I think it's by being bullying.
Okay, being bullied.
I'm bully, yeah. By being bully, is it?
Okay, right.
Oh yeah.
So that should not mean learn something together, right? Just learn something. I think it's helpful for children to play together and learn something by being bullied.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you can explain a little bit further. Why do you think so? Right? You can explain a little bit further. Why? Because children how do you say like learn how to accept themselves and try to become normal around their classmates, right? To try to learn to get along well with their classmates.
I think in my point of view, I think it's too normal. I from that day I become too normal, and I think it's a wrong a wrong decision. Yeah. So I think how you did is like what you said just now. You just don't care about what others did to you or think about you. You just be yourself. I think that's a good thing to do, because we have right to be ourselves, and no matter is how different we are, we just happy and be ourselves. I think that's a good thing to do. Not as I think my opinion is a bit a weakness.
Yeah, your opinion is quite your opinion shows that you were weak at that time, but what can you do? You were a child, you cannot do anything, right? Right, so being a child, like you cannot do much when being bullied, so yeah, so that's the least you can do. Try to change yourself. But did you regret changing yourself, adjusting yourself because you were bullied?
Sometimes, but I still feel grateful, because from those things happen to me, I become like try to understand how people think about me better. So from there, I feel I was become more understanding person. Like try to think that how those people think, and from there I just like to I don't know, I feel like many people when I growing up, many people like me, because they say, wow, Kim, you so understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
From there I know that, oh, because I scared people don't like me, so I try to do something that make people like.
Okay, right. Okay, so you can change your sentence that you can change your sentence from the thing that happened to me into thanks to those incidents, nhờ vào những cái sự kiện đó.
Thanks to those
Incident. Rồi, nhờ vào những cái sự cố đó, đúng không ạ? Thanks to those incidents, I could become the person that I am today. Right. Thanks to those incidents, I could become the person that I am today. Right? And I am grateful for that. Right, can you say this again, Miss Kim? Okay. Okay, a moment.
Thanks to those incidents, I could become a person that I am today, and I'm grateful for that.
Okay, try to speak in a more natural tone, right? And straighten your back, thẳng lưng lên để nói tự nhiên hơn. Thanks to those incidents, I could become the person that I am today, and I'm grateful for that.
Thanks for those I don't know how to pronounce this. Incidents. Thanks to those incidents, I could become a person that I am today, and I'm grateful for that.
Okay, that's right, very good. Rồi nhờ có những sự cố đó thì tôi đã trở thành tôi của ngày hôm nay, và tôi rất mừng, gọi như là rất cảm ơn vì điều đó. Right, you're grateful for that. Right, wow. Oh, it's nice discussing this with you. Right, so
a bit how to say that, a bit mâu thuẫn because from the day I married my husband, then he told me totally different thing. He asked me to just be myself and don't need to care about others people how they think about us. Yeah, he taught me totally different what I was before.
Well, that's a good thing. But it's difficult to change one's opinion, right? It's difficult to change one opinion, right? Like my friends always tell me that I need to be more decisive and I need to be more tough. Em cần phải cứng rắn hơn. But like whenever it comes to like seeing others in trouble, I cannot say no. I cannot say no, right? If I like they persuade me easily. Oh my God, they persuade me easily. Remember the last time I told you about the insurance I had at the bank? Yeah, they persuaded me to buy the insurance. I almost buy it. I almost bought it because I didn't have enough money. I ended up not buying it. But yeah, if I had enough money at that time, I would have bought it. I cannot say no. That's my problem. I tried to change, but it's very difficult.
I think it's not many people can like, say no to those insurance kind of sell people because they have the skill to make us buy.
Well, yeah, I know that. My friends, I had a friend. She's really good at speaking. She's really good at communicating with people, and she's really good at saying no. I mean, she thinks very logically, right? She can make up. She can lie to those people so that she could get out of the bank in order not to buy insurance. Yeah, she made up stories, but that is good. I think that is good because it helps you get out of a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
Right. So what is your opinions about volunteers collecting rubbish?
I don't know. Give me a moment. I think it should be a good way for volunteers to have some activities on how to say that,
Những cái vấn đề hay là những cái gì nhỉ?
on những cái I don't know what is in Vietnamese.
Is it problems? Is it matters? Is it issues?
Oh, wait, give me one now. How come my brain become những cái hoạt động bổ ích.
Okay, to have some helpful activity, right? You always use the word helpful.
Yep.
Right. Okay, I think it's a good way for volunteers to have some helpful activities, right? That can improve the environment. Is that what you think?
Yeah.
That can improve the environment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you say that again? What do you think about volunteers collecting rubbish?
I think it's a good way for volunteers to have some helpful activity that can improve the environment.
Okay, good environment. So do you think what? So do you think collecting rubbish is the volunteer's job or the government's job?
I think collecting rubbish is everyone's jobs.
Right.
So because government not the one who throw the rubbish, not the only one who throw rubbish. Volunteers is too. They also not the only one who throw rubbish. So we have to say thanks to those volunteers that they willing to do something.
That's right. Okay. So what can we do to improve this problem?
I think it's a big topic.
It's a big topic, right?
I cannot say that in a few sentences. Yeah, we have many ways to try to improve the environment.
Right. Okay. Thank you for sharing your opinions. So let's go to the next opinions here. What do you think about children using smartphone?
I think in this we call it technology.
The 4.0 era, you mean?
Yeah, how can I call it the the technological
Society, you mean technological society?
Technological society. That children have to learn in
Children have to learn using technology, right?
Using technology.
Right, okay, children have to learn using technology. Rồi cái using này ở đây là cũng như là sử dụng công nghệ để học, không phải là học cách sử dụng công nghệ nha chị nha.
Yeah. So is it helpful for children know how to use smartphone? But
It's helpful for children to know how to use smartphone. Okay, good. What else?
But besides that, we must know how to control the how to say thời lượng.
The time, right?
Yeah.
Or like the amount of time children spend on smartphone. Good job. Right.
The programs, I think.
Okay, can you say that again? What is your opinion on children using smartphones?
I think children have to learn using technology, so it's helpful for children to know how to use smartphone. But besides that, we must know how to control amount of time children spend on smartphones.
Okay, good job. Right. So I think that you are very positive in this in this task. You think very positive about all the matters, right? No, I actually I'm actually very negative toward this, right? Yeah, because I have a how do I say? I have a cousin. I have one or two cousins that they are very dependent on smartphone. Right, they're still very young. They're just around 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, so they cannot eat their meal properly without watching a film on YouTube, and they will always ask for their parents' smartphones to play whenever they are bored. And if they cannot get the smartphone, they will cry, and that is very that's a very bad thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I say it's not only your cousin problems, is all the young children now, so they all like that. All my friends children, my nephew, my niece, they all like that, and I feel that we cannot stop it because everyone using smartphone, even their parents, their grandparents using smartphone. What can they do? They learn from us.
That's right. They learn from us. So I imagine myself when being a mom is that I have to put away my smartphone and try to play with my children. Like I remember when we were young, we always have a lot of toys to play when we don't have internet, right? When we didn't have internet. So instead of letting children play games on a smartphone, we should buy toys for them so that they can play with them.
Yeah.
So
but totally agree with that. So
but I also have to say that I agree with you that it's helpful for children to learn how to use smartphone nowadays, because everybody use smartphone, and the society force us to use smartphones.
Yeah, they cannot step back, become like leftover. So they have to do something that other people know how to do too.
That's right. Okay.
Too much on that.
That's right. So imagine I have a very young learner. I have a very young student who's just around 6 or 7 years old, but he has to learn how to use computer so that he can learn online. And thanks to knowing how to use computer, he now play games while studying. It's a very difficult thing. I cannot manage his studying and his playing time at the same time.
It's a side effect.
It's the side effect. Right. I also don't want my children to use smartphone because I want them to stay far away from TikTok.
Oh yeah, my husband nephew. I asked him, what do you want to what do you want to do in future? What do you want to become in future? And he is 7 years old. He said, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be famous in TikTok. And that's all his dream.
Wow. Okay. Right, so there's an exercise here for you. I'm going to leave it here. Okay, mình sẽ bỏ qua cái bài này tại vì nó cũng nghe thôi. Em nghĩ là mình nên tập trung vào nói nhiều hơn.
Okay.
Right, so như hồi nãy mình cũng có nói qua là mình có một cái ý kiến khá là lạc quan về công nghệ, đúng không nhỉ? Không, mình có một ý kiến lạc quan về công nghệ, bởi vì công nghệ bây giờ là mọi người đều xài, ai cũng phải xài hết, cho nên là không có ý kiến gì xấu cả. Right, so this is a nice topic. What are your feelings about cyberbullying?
What is cyberbullying?
So for example, if you are a famous YouTuber, right? And there will always be some haters that will send you very how to say negative text, very disgusting text. They tell you to go, or they tell you to stop working on YouTube, like get a life or something like that. So that is cyberbullying. Bullying through the internet is called cyberbullying.
Yeah, I feel sad and feel bad because I was experienced that feeling once ago.
So I also experienced that a long time ago.
Yes. It's from my best friend, so called. Like I did some a little bit charity online during the COVID in Singapore, and they say something in their Facebook that I try to be famous in Singapore, and they say all the like all the not very nice thing, like I not that good, just want to do something.
Okay, so they were trying to tell you that you're being fake.
If it's come from a stranger, I will never care, so because I feel never mind, they don't understand me. But someone so called my best friend before, so I feel hurt. I feel I understand how they think about me. Go through all the thing, be so long together, and they still think about me like that. Mean that's time for me to let go of those people.
That's right. You need to stay away from those people. Okay, so that's called cyberbullying, meaning that people say bad things about you on the internet just because they think so, right? Just because they want to do so, they want to hurt your feelings. So that is called cyberbullying.
It's really hurt your feeling.
Yeah, that is really hurtful, I think. Right. She said some mean things about you on Facebook, right? Mean things, một vài điều rất là xấu tính. Mean ở đây là xấu tính. Mean đứng trước danh từ có nghĩa là xấu tính, được chưa ạ? Rồi, they said very mean things about me on Facebook. Yeah, I totally understand that feeling.
But I think if it's just come from a stranger, I think it's nothing at all to us, right?
Right.
Stranger,
she's no stranger. She's your friend, and that is not what a friend should do. Okay. Right, so cyberbullying is a bad thing, and we should not do this to anyone else. And for those who are already doing this, they should stop because it's a really disgusting thing, là một cái gì đó rất là em nói thẳng luôn, disgusting là khá là kinh tởm. Right. What is your opinion of urban development? Urban ở đây là thành thị, development là sự phát triển về thành thị. Urban development meaning that a long time ago you see a very empty land and there's no house, no big house, no skyscraper or something like that. But now you're seeing that that area is becoming more and more crowded. A lot of skyscrapers, tall buildings are being built. So that is called the urban development. What is your opinion of that?
In my opinion, about the urban development, that is the good thing, because the society, how to say, devolving, how to say that, factoring,
Developing. It's developing, right?
Developing, yeah. And people have a more chance to experience many good things and convenient things.
Right? Okay. Okay, so you think that is a good thing because the society is developing day by day and people have more chances to experience many good things and many good and convenient things. Mình có thể gộp lại luôn như vậy cho dễ.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, very good. Right. I also think that urban development is a good thing, but we should know the limit to protect the environment as well, because like you can see, this is Saigon. This is a picture of modern Saigon. It's very different. Lots of tall buildings, skyscrapers, but very little trees. Very little trees. Very few trees to be exact, and that is not good for the environment. And if you stay in Saigon, you will see how the bad environments affect our health.
Yeah.
Right. So what is your opinion? What are your thoughts of learning online? Is it good? Is it bad?
Yeah, I think it's good because we save a lot of traveling time. We can study with the good teacher, even teachers stay so far away. And
Right.
yeah, and I think many more.
There are many more good reasons, right? There are many more good reasons or advantages.
Yeah, advantages.
There are many other advantages, right? That I cannot talk enough. That I cannot talk about. Okay. Yeah, there are many other advantages, right? Okay, so learning online has its good points and its bad points. So from my point of view as a teacher, learning online is like 7 out of 10. 7 trên 10, 7 out of 10. It's good, but it had its bad sides. Like I cannot watch over my students all the time. So there are some activities I need them to interact with me or interact with the other students in the class. But because we're studying through the screen here, it is very difficult to do so. Right. And the internet connection is also a problem, right? Like in the middle of the class, everybody just got kicked out by Zoom, and I was like, that is not good. That is not good. We don't have enough time to cover for the part that they got kicked out because of Zoom. So yeah, I love and hate learning online at the same time.
Yeah, I see.
But I have to totally agree with you that because thanks to learning online, I save a lot of traveling time. Right. Okay. Okay, so this is a topic where we discuss about environment, right? So there are some questions on the screen here. So you and I are going to choose a question and then we're going to ask each other. Đúng là tức là em chọn một câu hỏi xong để hỏi chị sau đó chị chọn một câu hỏi để hỏi ngược lại em, được chưa? Okay, so that we can create a conversation. I'm going to ask you first. Do you think pollution is a big problem nowadays?
Yes, I do, because every day in the news,
in the modern on the news, on television,
television, we have heard about the problems of pollutions. I don't know how to say it.
and it greatly affects people's health. Is that right?
Yes, it really affects people's health.
Okay, right. Okay, it's your turn to choose a question and ask me.
Teacher, what mean prevent?
Prevent meaning try to do something to stop another thing to happen. Try to stop something from happening.
What do you do to prevent our environment from pollution?
Okay, so to prevent our environment from pollution, meaning I'm trying to stop our environment to become polluted. Right. So as for me, I'm just a very small person. I can only do as much as not littering on the road, right? Not littering on the road, and yeah, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. I will try to save the electricity and save the water in my household as well, because I'm only an individual. There's not much I can do. So that's all the things I can do to prevent our environment from pollution.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah, right. So, have you ever participated in any environmental event?
What is participate?
Participated is like take part in or join in.
Oh, environment event. Once long time ago when I was studying in the school, I was follow my how to say my
The school
volunteer group to try to pick up rubbish rubbish
rubbish or trash.
trash in the along the sea in Singapore.
Oh, okay, that sounds very good. Right. So, did you enjoy that event?
Yeah, because many friends and many people together that I feel fun.
Okay, right. So, choose a question and then ask me. Only two questions left.
In which way do people damage our planet?
There are many ways that people are damaging the planet. One common way is that people keep littering on the street, right? They don't throw the trash into the trash can, but they just throw them on the street, throw them into the river, throw them under the tree, and cleaning them is a lot. Cleaning all of those trash is a lot of work. Nobody can clean all of the trash. People throw away every day, every year. Another thing is that we are wasting a lot of food. I read an article a long time ago, not very long, it's just like 1 or 2 months ago, that the amount of food that we don't eat and get thrown away is very big, very big, and it is affecting the environment.
Yeah.
And
I think, sorry, you say again.
no, I'm just saying that I still ask myself sometimes that how can we save the food that we don't eat, and try to not make our planet become worse.
Yeah, I think it's a bad thing, like bad habit.
Very
Yeah.
a very bad habit. That is why my family is always saying that, oh, we need to eat everything on the table, and we need to have some animals like chicken or dogs to solve the problems for us.
Yeah.
Right. So last question. Do you think that the environmental situation will improve in the nearest future?
I hope so, because I have heard that many electric cars will how to say
Will be
the
distributed. Đúng không? Will be distributed.
will
Tức là
be
sẽ được distributed, sẽ được là phân phối. Distributed.
yeah. And many kind of năng lượng mặt trời
Solar power.
solar power is
Or like solar panel. Solar panel là cái tấm pin mặt trời. Solar panel là tấm pin mặt trời. Còn solar power là năng lượng mặt trời.
yeah, that's how to say increasing distribute.
You mean that more solar panels, right, are being installed, right? More solar panels are being installed. Install đây là được lắp đặt, đúng không? Nhiều cái tấm pin mặt trời được lắp đặt hơn. Right, and and thanks to using solar power, we can save the energy. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much. Right. This topic is very difficult for you to express your own ideas. So I understand your struggle.
Yeah, because normally I never really talk about this kind of thing. I always every day I just talk to my husband, and he mostly never correct my English. He just, as long as he understand what I am saying, so he don't need to correct it. Sometimes, many times I say it's wrong. Like yesterday, I went to the supermarket with him and I say something like, "Is it they don't have, or is it finished?" I want to ask that because he want to buy something, and I say, "In supermarket have that thing," and he say, and he asked the people in Chinese, and they answer him. Then they say no more or what? Then I say, so they say they never sell at all, or they finish. Then he say finish. Actually, he want to say that it's sold out.
Okay.
Finish is the wrong words, but he still follow my wrong words, and then.
See, I already told you before that as long as the other person understands you, it's okay to make a grammatical mistakes when speaking.
No, I don't think it's a good thing. So I just call him yesterday. I said, you must correct my English. You cannot just follow the wrong way I say to make me understand back.
Okay, you should say that you should correct my mistake, not ignore it. Okay, ignore mình có biết chữ ignore được không ạ? Đó là bỏ làm ngơ, right? You should correct my mistakes, not ignore them.
Yeah.
Ignore là bỏ qua đó, bỏ qua. Okay, you should correct my mistakes, not ignore them. If you say that to him, he will understand and he will try to correct your mistakes in the future.
Yeah.
Right. Right, no problem. Okay, so I think our lesson should end here because we don't have enough time anymore. We will continue the lesson tomorrow, okay? So tomorrow we will study another lesson, and then on Wednesday we will do the test.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Can you please let me send the DPF?
The PowerPoint, yes, of course, I will send it to you. Right, I will send it to today. We study day 29, right? I will send you day 29, day 30, and then 31 all the same time.
Oh, okay. How about the last lesson? This I get it.
The lesson. Oh yeah, I haven't sent it to you. I will send it right now. Okay, thank you so much for reminding me. Bye bye.